Hi guys, I'm Asaf. This is Itai, and today we're going to react to a stand-up compilation of Deadpans and One-Liners by Steven Wright.
Yep, Deadpan and One-Liners. A first for us doing stand-up comedy. We've had some comments asking us to do some stand-up comedy. So we decided to give it a go. I mean, you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's see what happens.
I don't know about reacting to it. I just know this is gonna be
Fun to
nice.
watch.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Steven Wright. I've seen him live many years ago in Melbourne. He is quite hilarious.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
My theory of evolution is that Darwin was adopted. I got a new dog. He's a paranoid retriever. He brings back everything because he's not sure what I threw him. My uncle was a clown for Ringling Brothers Circus. And when he died, all his friends went to the funeral in one car. So I get out of the bed. I figured I'd go for a walk. She said, "How long are you going to be gone?" I said, "The whole time." And I was thinking about the new phone that I bought, and the first thing I did was push redial. Phone had a nervous breakdown. Whenever I think about the past, it just brings back so many memories. I remember the day the candle shop burned down. Everybody just stood around and sang happy birthday. And then we saw a sign, next mile, 1 mile. One time, right in the middle of a job interview, I took out a book and I started reading. The guy said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "Let me ask you one question. If you were in a vehicle and you were traveling at the speed of light, and then you turned your lights on, would they do anything?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "Forget it then, I don't want to work for you." I remember when I was a fetus, I used to sneak out at night when my mother was sleeping. I thought to myself, you know, now's the time I should start stealing some stuff since I don't have any fingerprints. I bought some powdered water, but I don't know what to add. Sponges grow in the ocean. That kills me. I wonder how much deeper the ocean would be if that didn't happen. There's a fine line between fishing and just standing on the shore like an idiot. I can levitate birds, but nobody cares. It's a good thing there's gravity, otherwise when birds die, they just stay right up there. Hunters would be all confused. Thinking about my grandfather and how he had a special rocking chair built that would lean forward rather than backwards so he could fake interest in any conversation. I took a lie detector test. No, I didn't.
He's hilarious. I just love the way he thinks. You know, it's like to come up with this stuff. Where does he come up with this stuff?
And he packages it in a hilarious way. He says the most absurd things, and then he stays serious. he lets it marinate in your head, just so you can understand how absurd what he just said.
It's almost like his own thoughts weigh on him, you know. It's like, this is so hard. But it's pretty cool to see, like, this has like a variety of videos from his career, like when he was really, really young, all the way up to, more recent stuff. Not so much that recent, but just very, very funny. I mean, to me, this is like, comic genius kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if this style is coined by him, but I haven't seen up until him. I haven't seen stand-up comedian carry themselves that way. It's like he's not there to make people laugh. He's there to just share his thoughts, and his thoughts will drive you crazy. And he stays serious.
Yeah. There's a fine line between fishing and just standing there looking like an idiot. It's true.
It takes a couple of seconds. What?
Yeah. A lot of them, it's funny because it's true, and it's like I think that other people may have done this type of comedy before him, but I think he took it to another level when he specialized in it. This is his only style. He doesn't do other stand-up comedy, where he tells you this long story. It's always like one-liners, he keeps it deadpan. Every now and again, I think he sneaks in a smile or something, but it doesn't happen very often. He always looks like he's got a headache.
I think we talked about it in the past.
But like he's trying to keep himself poised, I guess, and not to smile, not to laugh, or to remember certain things. Yeah, he does this little shtick of holding, the bridge of his nose, and I like that. It makes it even funnier because it's like my thoughts are so deep that I'm suffering. I'm like a suffering artist, and it just makes it all
and every now and again funnier. And every now and again he turns to the side and you can actually see him go He can't hold it in.
Where are we? We're about halfway through. Let's keep this going. This is so good.
I remember when I was 7, my grandmother said, "Steven, come over here." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You're over there. Now come over here." I said, "All right." And then she said, "Here's $10, and don't tell your mother that I'm giving this to you." And I said, "It'll cost you more than that." I've never seen electricity. That's why I don't pay for it. I write right on the bill. Sorry, haven't seen it all month. I bought this thing for my car. You put it on your car. It sends out this little noise so when you drive through the woods, deer won't run in front of your car. I installed it backwards by accident. Driving down the street with a herd of deer chasing me. I'm going to court next week. I've been selected for jury duty. It's kind of an insane case. 6,000 ants dressed up as rice and robbed a Chinese restaurant. I don't think they did it. I know a few of them, and they wouldn't do anything like that. So I was laying in bed with my girlfriend reading the second-hand diary that I bought. I don't remember this. She said, "Let me ask you a question." I said, "What?" And she said, "If you could know how and when you were going to die, would you want to know?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Forget it then." Left the store and I went down the street to my bus. My bus came and I got on. Started walking toward the back. Sat down beside this beautiful blonde Chinese girl. I said hello and she said hello. I said, "Isn't it an amazing day?" She said, "Yes, it is, I guess." I said, "What do you mean you guess?" She said, "Well, things haven't been going too well for me lately." I said, "Like what?" She said, "I can't tell you. I don't even know you." And I said, "Yeah, but sometimes it's good to tell your problems to an absolute total stranger on a bus." She said, "Well, I've just come back from my analyst and he's still unable to help me." And I said, "What's the problem?" And she paused and said, "I'm a nymphomaniac and I only get turned on by Jewish cowboys." Then she said, by the way, my name's Diane. And I said, hello, Diane. I'm Bucky Goldstein.
Bucky Goldstein is an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I've heard most of these before. It's like they've aged well, you know what I mean? Like they're still funny.
They're still funny.
I love that one about you know, how long are you going to be out the whole time?
We talked, yeah, we often talk about Leslie Nielsen and Naked Gun, how certain elements in comedy never age while others do. And I think it has to do with the absurd. Absurd has no age. It relates to all times.
I think well-written jokes as well don't age. If it's well written, if it's sophisticated in a way, it doesn't matter if the material itself is somehow something that relates more to the past. You can still tell why it's funny even now, and that's kind of what I like about comedians like that,
because it's not dependent on the culture or a specific time in history. It stands on its own. That's why it lasts so long. I mean, it's actually, it will last forever. I think I can't imagine listening to, if we were to live until 100, I can't imagine listening to one of Steven Wright's jokes in like 60 years from now and say it aged. It's not funny anymore. It will always be funny. It was funny in the 80s and the 90s. It's funny now.
We started with like a what you could say is older kind of comedy. I mean, Steven Wright today is not as popular as he used to be in the past. You know, he hasn't been as active in stand-up as he was in the past. So it'll be a tough one to gauge as to how this goes over with the audience. So yeah, so send us some suggestions as to what kind of stand-up you'd like to see, even links to you know, segments of stand-up comedy by your favorites, and yeah, we'll see if we can react to them. We will try to maybe next time do something a little bit newer, but we want to mix it up.
And many of them are controversial, so it should be an interesting topic conversation.
I don't know. I mean, you know my stance on comedy, that political correctness has kind of ruined comedy. Today, a lot of comedians are afraid to say things, and it used to be that it was a safe haven, you know, where you could say all kinds of things because people know you don't mean them. They're just it's just there to be funny. But today's culture and the way things are out there, you kind of can't do that anymore. Because you know, you'll either get a lot of backlash or you'll be canceled. It's a tough one. Comedians were always there to you know, to criticize the status quo, to criticize the way things are, and now they largely can't do it as well as they could in the past, let's say.
It is what it is, and it's sad. But when you look at comedy as in itself, I think it benefits mankind, if you like to put a blanket on it. And political correctness is just, to me, it's just a way to make somebody's feelings police what comes out of your mouth. Has no other benefit than that.
There's probably a line somewhere as to what you can and can't joke about. Mel Brooks said it, you know, that tragedy plus time equals comedy, which is really, you know, the whole too soon thing is just that. You know?
It's a way to deal with tragedy. Comedy helps healing from tragedy.
But you can't joke about it straight away. You have to give it time. And
it hilariously pretends to be an era of tolerance. It's not.
Clearly
it's not.
It's the exact opposite.
By those who deem it.
But you know, again, we're not trying to make this a political thing. But hopefully we can bring a bit more comedy onto BABBLE ON.
If you enjoyed this we call it an experiment of ours to see how it works when we react to stand-up comedy. Please let us know in the comments, and please like, subscribe, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. Share our stuff. It'll help us grow our channel. Let us know what you would like to see us do next. We will do our best to comply. If you have a request regarding anything, music reactions, or this new thing that we're starting now, yet you would like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you for your time.
I think they matched themselves to her style in some way, and then they injected their own into it. But it's just like all kinds of levels of awesome.
Their on-stage chemistry looks great as well. You'd imagine that they've been playing together for years, although they've been, they have been playing together.
Well, they since 2012. We hope you enjoyed it. And again, we will try this with something a little bit newer, something a little bit different, and see if it sticks. If you guys like it, we will do more. If not, we probably won't. But up to you guys. Tell us what you think in the comments. Send in some suggestions, some requests, and and we'll go from there. So again, thank you guys for your support. We appreciate it so much, and we hope to see you again in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.